I think we got enough. Let's see. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3.
We need one more.
4.
Tanner,
you short?
Tanner,
I'm out.
I don't mind.
1, 2. There's one here.
Hey, an SOA has
Plenty of
chairs, baby.
Okay. Let's do that.
Plenty of chairs.
All right, let me get there. Hey, Gray Fox, can you move over just a little bit?
Not bad. Other way, other way.
Oh.
No, son, you're... This hat.
There we go. Kenny.
Thank you.
Oh, we had the right number of mics, right? Okay, we're good. We're good. Well, I was told this is the biggest reunion of its kind in Canada. Is this true? We can vouch for this? Is this the first time many of you have been together north of the border?
Yes.
Only Kim would know.
Yes. And may I, Tanner, before you continue, obviously you all know that Juicy Pants, Theo Rossi, is still stuck on a tarmac. He's been there for a day and a half. So he couldn't make it, and who really cares? I mean, Ryan's a lot funnier without Theo, and anyway, Theo sends his love and he wishes he could be here.
It's got to be so cool to come to a con like this and this many people come up for a little project that you guys worked on together, to meet these fans. When you guys were starting to make this show, at what point did you realize this was going to continue on and we were going to maybe had a hit on our hands and this was going to be something that people were really digging? Was there a specific moment that you knew this was this one mattered? Do you remember?
We're looking at you, Ron. Ron, we're looking at you.
Have we started yet?
No.
Boone is taking that one.
You know, when we started this, there weren't. I mean, the only Comic Con was in San Diego. Really, there were horror kind of shows like this and stuff like that. But since we started doing that, it was like in the 4th or 5th year that it kind of Comic Cons blew up. So I don't know.
And Hursty. The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and Us and Breaking Bad, right? Those shows.
Yeah,
really,
they all came out around the same time. Yeah.
Well, streaming.
Yeah.
So how did it work? Who was attached to this project first? Like when casting was announced, like what was the order of operations? Did you guys? Who found out about
Seagal
it? Okay.
was first, and she still thinks the show's going. I'm not trying to throw anybody under any fucking buses right now. By the way, you didn't bring your kids, did you, to this thing? Because huge error if you did.
And then who was number 2?
No, there was never anybody.
No one else. That was it.
There was only Katie.
And then there was. You just got like an anonymous letter in your mailbox, and you just showed up at a location, and that was it.
A lot of people don't realize this, but she was sleeping with the guy who wrote the show.
And I think she still is. I'm not
completely. Let's not get crazy.
That's commitment. Wow.
So
That's commitment. That was a good one, man. That's good. You could be one of us. Move back over there.
I'm in. But it must have been exciting to see these names come out, and you're like realize you get to work with with each other. I'm sure you guys were maybe fans of each other's work and certain projects. So that must have been some exciting times to like when you found out about when did your name pop into the project, Ron?
After the pilot was shot.
Okay.
Seriously, I replaced somebody. They had already shot the pilot. Tim, Jim,
Bam, whatever you want, Ron.
When you cross Tig and Kim, you get Tim. So I'm a little. I've never been the sharpest fucking pencil in the drawer, so. He wasn't in the original pilot.
Kenny wasn't.
Kenny wasn't.
Ryan, when did you like?
Yeah, no, I was in the pilot.
I know you were in the pilot, yes, but when did you? Because I don't know when you signed up.
I think it was right. They signed me out for the first season, telling me that they were gonna kill the character at the end of the first season, and then they changed it.
No, and Sutter wouldn't see me for months, even though John Linson. They hired the casting director, whatever her name is. Wendy O'Brien.
I'm here for you, Boone.
They hired Wendy O'Brien. I got names I
Thanks,
lost.
And she also goes by the name of Tim, but you know, a lot of people don't know that.
But they hired Wendy O'Brien when she brought in my picture to play Bobby, and then because John Linson was more or less in charge at that time, and then Kurt wouldn't see me. He wanted a real Elvis impersonator, so he tried to. I think he showed like 2 of them to the 2 or 3 of them to the execs, and they
There's no
rejected
better
all of
Elvis
them.
impersonator in the history of Elvis impersonators than you.
Yeah, well,
than
Mark
you, my
Boone
friend.
Junior.
except you, of course. Yes.
No, I never. I
yeah,
don't
I
even
thought you
touch
did
that
Elvis.
one, man. No, that's your domain, man.
No.
I cross-dress a little bit, but I don't futz with Elvis.
No.
And then when everything, you know, we're going into our final days, and I feel like, you know, when actors spend so much time on a project, maybe you want to take a little bit of that project home with you. Now, not to set the bar high, but I believe it was Eric Estrada who took an entire motorcycle from the set of Chips. So when the day
See,
came...
we only took ours in increments. Like, I took a carburetor. and-
Okay.
No, Eric carried it on his back, right?
Yeah.
This funny shit,
He's
Ryan.
very
Come on.
strong. Yes.
Yeah. Did anyone take the bikes? Anyone take the...
Listen.
You stole everything.
So,
I'm
no,
sure.
so the show's about to end, and we all start getting calls. It's September from my people going, Fox wants to know what you want to take from the show. And I said, it's not what I want to take, it's what I'm taking. I'm taking the bike that I rode for 7 years on the show. About 10 minutes later, Sutter calls me and he goes, hey, Kimmy, what the fuck? You can't take your bike, you can't. I said, I'm taking the bike. I'm taking the bike. I want the pink slip. If you guys want to do a tour to Cirque du Soleil with all the bikes, fine. But I get the bike when you're done. And sure enough, 3 weeks later, they gave us all our bikes that we rode on the show. Yeah. Charlie Hunnam still owes me a case of wine for that, and I still haven't got it. He's got no money, of course, in the bank, Charlie, so. Fucking so rich,
It's all
that
in
kid.
real estate.
Everybody got their bike. That's... Wow.
Almost everybody.
Almost.
I didn't get my bike.
You
No.
didn't get it?
I didn't get my bike.
Those of
You
us who
had to
didn't
ask
make
for
it.
your bike. I got
No.
mine.
You know what?
They-
You know what?
they
Maybe
co-
it was only the guys who
Who
were
made it to the
living
end.
in the season 7
Yeah.
who got, sorry, I don't know. I would have fought for you, Rye, had I not known you got your bike.
Oh,
Taylor
sure.
Sheridan never got a bike.
Boney, that's you. It's Wendy O'Brien.
They're asking for the bike back.
Wendy O'Brien just said you didn't
Don't
know her
answer
name.
it. They just heard it. They're listening. They're always listening.
And when they told me that Tommy Flanagan, who I had known for like, I don't know, 10 years at that point, when they told me that he was going to be in the show, I told my agent, I will not do a show with Tommy Flanagan.
That's true.
I did say that.
That's completely true.
And that's the kind of pull he has
whatever,
with his
but-
agent.
Well, we have so many people here today. We have Mike here in the audience in the aisle. So if you have a question
How you doing, Mike?
for the cast,
Nice to see you.
that is Mike. Just line up behind Mike, and
Okay, Mike, you're up.
we'll get to some of your questions. So go ahead, Mike.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. This might be a little bit of a cross question, but season 3 of Sons is one of the best seasons of any television show in the history of television, as far as I'm concerned. But I always kind of felt like it was a great session of sex until the end, when you can't finish because you didn't get to kill Ethan Zobel. Was there any discussion about bringing Zobel back for a later season to basically finish the job and kill him off?
So let's cover a few bases here first.
Yeah, because I don't.
You can't finish unless you kill somebody. Is that what I'm hearing?
Somewhere in there.
Not
Let's
necessarily,
get
but
this
somebody's
guy
got to
the
die.
fuck out of
Somebody's gotta
here.
die.
Just gonna let that one hang for a bit. Yeah.
No, I do think Sutter thinks he made a mistake by not killing Zobel. And I don't know if you guys caught it, in one of the shows in the next season, there was a plane crash that was shown on a TV, and that was supposed to be Zobel. It was a very subtle frickin' moment. So you're done, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
All right. It's only uphill from here, downhill, whatever they say. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, guys. A little bit more of a fun question, whoever wants to answer. What are your current phone ringtones?
What?
Your current phone ringtones?
Yep.
Do we?
Well, you just heard mine.
Pretty elaborate. Ring, ring.
Were you
How do I find that? Under sounds?
Yeah. If you want to give me your number, I can call you.
Is that the Godfather theme?
Oh. I wonder what your favorite movie is, big fella.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. First off, I'd like to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come up here and meet with us. We all greatly appreciate it. I'm sure everybody in this room wants to know, is there going to be a Sons of Anarchy prequel? We want to know what's going on at the start. Everybody else has got a prequel. We want a Sons of Anarchy prequel. We want to see the first 9.
Kenny, do you know anything about that, Kenny?
What?
Kenny, do you know anything about that, Kenny?
It's happening right now, yeah. It's going on. I don't know, man. No, I have no freaking idea, dude.
The question is how much of a prequel are we going to do? We're going to have like a little Jacob Tremblay playing a young Kim Coates? Like, what are we going to do?
No, it would be all of
How do we make Kim look younger?
We weren't
Younger.
be in them. In it. Why would we know about it?
You've got connections.
It's
You
a
know
good
the-
question.
You know the right people.
Well, it's been talked about for years and nothing.
If we had connections, we'd all have a bike right now, okay?
Can I ask one more? I got
Sure.
another question. Can I ask just
Okay.
one more?
Make it a better one.
All right. When things were real serious on the set, who was one of the funniest guys to work with?
I mean, that's what I would say, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure everybody would agree.
Perlman.
Yeah, we'll give it up
He's
to-
got the driest, wittiest sense of humor ever.
Yeah, and then that ended at the end of season 5. Because he might have heard something about what might happen in season 6. The humor was done.
And if there wasn't a humor, nobody would have known because these guys work 6 days a week and I worked the 7th. We were, you don't recall it, but in my 6th season, I was in like, I was in Siberia.
That's right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Is anybody currently watching Sons and like not caught up, by the way? Okay, well you better. Yeah, no, wrong place. All right, go ahead. What is your question?
Prior to the show, have you guys ever rode bikes?
Yeah.
Booney and me for sure.
I've owned 4 bikes.
Kenny. Ryan, did you ride?
No.
But he's a really good rider. Yeah, he's a really good rider.
Actually, and Charlie became a really good rider.
Crazy on the bike.
He did not ride before, and he became a really good rider. But the only people that really rode were Kenny and me and Booney and DL, really, on that show, and then everyone had to learn.
I heard a rumor that they had to digitally remove the training wheels. Is that true?
Not sure.
Well, was it challenging at the front? Like, was there any? I mean, I imagine there was some tipping that would have to have happened on set. You're trying to look cool getting off the bikes and then just boop.
It was more challenging for some of us than it was for others. Let's just leave it at that, okay, motherfucker?
Okay. Moving on. Go ahead.
This question is for Ron Perlman. After playing Hellboy and the creature in Dr. Moreau and Vincent, is it nice to have a role that doesn't require a lot of makeup?
No, man, I really miss those days. Yes, it's quite refreshing.
Was it tough?
Are you implying that Ron did not have a lot of makeup when he played Clay Morrow?
Yeah.
Are you
that's
freaking
not
kidding
true.
me? He was so goddamn handsome on that show. You have no idea how long he spent in the makeup trailer.
You were in a movie that was made from one of my friend's books, The Mutant Chronicles, that ran on Sci-Fi Channel. It was really good. I thought you did a great job with it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was in that?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
With
man.
John Malkovich.
Oh, yeah, John. Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, man. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
I have a two-part question. Ron, how hard was it for you to manage all of, like, being the head of a biker gang?
Oh, I gave up on the... By lunch the first day.
Oh.
So this is... no.
No, you don't live that life?
No, that was all fiction. These guys are unmanageable.
Oh.
Both on screen and off.
Nice. And second part, do you guys all still ride together, like everybody on the SOA? Do you guys have rides every so often where all of you get together and just go out for a ride? Too many are you in jail?
I will say I was never part of this because... Never mind, I shouldn't be answering this question.
You don't ride very often,
Look, I will say this, that we rode all the time when we were shooting that series.
No, but off the show, though. Like
Off the show, on the show,
Yeah?
all the time. The show's been over for a long time. It's hard enough to get us together here, let alone, right? So we don't ride that much together.
I think I'm pretty much the only one who rides all the time now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's
true.
Nobody else rides. Tommy doesn't ride. Charlie sometimes rides. Kim sometimes rides. I don't know what you do. I ride all the time, but
All day, every day.
I got a new bike.
I ride
I got
whenever.
a new bike.
You got a new bike.
What'd you get?
Do you know how to ride it, though? If you have a new bike?
Yeah, he's good.
You're riding it a lot these days? Oh, well, there you go.
Good.
But we don't
Cool.
ride together.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Got it.
Yeah.
So how about when the cast comes together and they want to create this, camaraderie and this brotherhood with you guys? Do you just grab a station wagon, pile these guys in, go on like a camping trip? Like what happens? Was there like a little bit of a bonding thing we had to do before or did that kind of just happen on set? Because I know I've heard of it before where you gotta do a little team building. Any of that happen? No.
There was sumo wrestling in the parking lot. I'm not joking.
Really?
But
Really?
mostly it was unintentional.
That's one way to
No,
get
like after we were done working, we would hang out for a few hours and wrestle.
On the cement.
This is truth.
Boone
Really?
and DL and Ryan and Charlie, really. Kenny, we wouldn't allow. Kenny Johnson's not allowed
Correct.
because if you've ever had an arm wrestle, do not arm wrestle him. He will break your forearm, not your wrist, your whole forearm. These questions are amazing. No, amazing.
Who wants to arm wrestle him right now?
Wow, Kenny,
All
don't,
right,
don't
choose
do
him.
it, Kenny.
All
Don't
right, you
do
can
it.
choose one. Choose him.
All of you together.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he can beat me. No, he can beat me.
All right. We'll go one more question, I guess. Go ahead. Unless you want to really arm wrestle somebody, we could leg wrestle on the floor, but we can just keep going. We'll just keep going. Okay. Go ahead.
This is a question for Ron and Ryan. I know you two have done voice-over work before, Ryan, you being Thor in the new God of War, and Ron being the Lich in Adventure Time. What parts of voice acting do you like the most, or what kind of elements do you like to include when you do voice acting?
Doing Thor was different because that was the first time that I'd ever really done a motion capture for a video game, which is really sort of a fun process because, like, these gaming engines that they have when you do motion capture now, is that they have these giant monitors. Because I was playing Thor, is supposed to be like almost 8 feet tall, so you're looking at a live view of yourself moving around, and it looks fantastic. But it was an interesting acting exercise because for me it was more like playing with a marionette than it was acting. So you kind of have to multitask and kind of like do the voice and do the physicalizations, but you're also much bigger than like the other actors are smaller, and so I had a blast doing it though.
I just like acting, and voice acting is like I love the process when you're on set and you work your way up to a performance, you rehearse and see what the other guys are doing and try to steer clear of them and stuff. But in voice acting, you just go straight for the performance and you're out of there in an hour and a half. So it's very instinctive. It's very kind of like shoot from the hip kind of thing, and there's not a lot of analysis, paralysis, and all that stuff. And it's kind of pure, That's what I like about it.
Were you on set for Fantastic Beasts or no?
That was mocap.
Got it.
So yeah, we did the scenes in real time, and then they, created that look. After the fact, but yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
If it's all right, I've got questions for everybody.
It's not all right.
Pick one to make it.
I was going to say, we got this is our last, by the way, the line of questions. We only have time for maybe like a handful more. So depending how much time this is going to.
I'll do the Ron one then. How was it working with the cast of Star Trek Next Generation in their final outing on the big screen?
Wait, what?
You played the Reman behind Tom Hardy.
Oh, wow, yeah, right? I became lifelong friends with Jonathan Frakes, one of the greatest guys I've ever met in the business. Beautiful, beautiful man. Didn't have much use for anybody else. And it was mutual. They didn't much care for me, so, Tom Hardy, nobody knew who he was at the time. He was this like 21-year-old, 22-year-old kid. There was a kind of a word out on him like, this, watch out for this dude, he's the next James Dean, or like that kind of stuff. But he was a sweet, innocent dude, who like gentle and naive and kind and sweet.
The complete opposite of what he played in the movie.
And I can't get him on the fucking phone right now. So.
Oh yeah, I'll just finish with Kim then. Nice to see you again. Saw you in November. Is there anything you can say about Mayans?
Yeah, I'm in it.
Amazing, thank you.
Because seeing how this is an SOA panel, I got to tell you, to be asked to come back for a fraction of whatever that is that you'll watch if you watch the shows or show, to put the cut and the bangles and the knife and the belt and my bike, it was pretty fucking cool. So those of you who watch it, you're gonna see some really cool stuff. I think it's really, yeah.
Hey guys. All right, this question's for Kim, but it's actually for Tig. So like, throughout the whole throughout the whole season, like you and Clay were like, you guys were tight, you guys were best friends. And there might be kids here, but like, so what was going through? I want to know what was going through Tig's mind when he did the dirty with Gemma, and then how did you
as Kim feels since it was Kurt Sutter's wife.
Yeah. Real quick. First of all, I didn't want to do the scene. I told him I wasn't doing the scene when I read it. Sutter said, come to my office. I did. I said, I'm not doing it. I wouldn't do that to Clay. I wouldn't do it. He said, did you read the rest of the script? I said, no. I said, he said, you put it down? I said, yeah. He said, right from that scene, you then go to Opie and you confess to the killing of Donna. I went, I'll do it. I'm good. Yeah. And then as far as me being with Katie, yes, Sutter said he used it for foreplay a lot, so that's fine.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
How you doing, guys? Honored to be talking to you guys. I just wanted to get that out real quick. Do you guys have a favorite scene that you shot?
Kenny?
Oh, God.
Come on, Kenny.
Favorite scene that I shot? Yeah, you go to somebody else first. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. You guys shot so many more scenes than me.
That's why we're asking you. Come on.
Yeah,
what's the first one that comes to mind?
Scene, well, when I got blown up. It wasn't my favorite scene. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. I fucking got blown up. My leg went 100 yards that way, my arm next to Theo, and I'm like, why the hell did they do that, man? It's not my favorite scene, but it's the one that sticks in my head.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. There it is.
There. We got it out. All right, we only got time for maybe one more here, so let's go ahead. Go ahead. What's your question? It'll be the last one.
No, we'll do all three.
Oh, we'll do? Okay, we have time? Okay.
What does it take to be a perfect old lady?
Wow.
And how old are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
7. No, 84.
Is your mother here right now? Can I see what she looks like? Holy moly.
Oh, wow.
Let's just leave it with old is in the title. Okay, so you got...
Well done, girl. That's good.
Hi, guys. This is a question just for Kim. So like Mama and I love You and Venus. We were mentioning that at the autograph table. We know you're both straight, so we were wondering just did you have any like team building exercises or anything to try and build the chemistry so it would portray on scene?
Any what?
Any like team building exercises
No,
or something?
but what I will say is this, that when Walton Goggins, who wanted to be on the show but it had to be a different character, talk about a different character. I mean, for Walton to shave her legs, to put those boobies on and the hair and the accent and walk around in pumps, are you kidding me? I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? And so for all I said was, I want to not see him until the first time I see her. And that day, when I came on set and she came in with that little black tighty, slitty, and I'm sure I'm sorry kids, but something was hanging out of them and swinging in the wind. Those looks, they put a camera on me for that scene, and that was all the real deal. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, last question. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so I'm kind of shy. So I'm curious about, if you have any preparation when you do, like, you did a scene when somebody's gonna die, gonna be killed, like, because it's very intense on the fans, like I was sobbing all the time, everyone was killed. So yeah, did you have any preparation, or after the character was killed, like, would you mourn? And yeah, that's it.
It's really, I mean, I've said this before, but the show was 7 years. And it was, so if you're on something that lasts that long, you're not on an acting gig. You're part of a subculture. And, you have a separate family you're as close with as your other families. So you're always trying to do the job. You're always trying to play the scene. But when it comes time to dying, you're really having trouble separating the emotion that you're feeling by knowing that you're looking at these guys for the last time, and knowing that you have to play the truth of the scene, why the character's going out, the circumstances of that. That's what I remember. I remember all of the pent-up emotion when I knew I was playing that last scene of the show, and then I was saying goodbye to these guys. I'm getting emotional, but you know, it was hard to separate, and it really was a very good memory for me, being one of the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. How often, or how early would you find out about that? Like Kenny, when did you realize, like reading the script, that your leg was going to be blown off? Like, did you, like the day you get to set, or like that week, or how far in advance do they tell you that that's it?
The day you get to set. What are you? They're not sadists. You show up to work and
Like,
they're
that's
like,
it.
you read the sides today?
Yep. And then you're like, I shouldn't have bought that car because now I'm no longer.
I gotta return all that furniture.
You see a prop guy walking around with your leg, something that looks just like your leg.
Yeah.
Morning, Ron, how you doing? Where you going with that?
Wow, it was hardcore, man. Well, you know what? We're so happy that you guys are here. Give it up one more time for the cast of Sons of Anarchy.
And I just want to say, being the lone Canadian of all my boys here, we love you, and we love that you guys were here for all of my buddies, because we love you, and it's always fun coming here. And oh, fucking Canada! Thanks for coming.